Now, Teofimo Lopez has a bit of an issue. It's something that it's not always an issue, but it's something that certain fighters can turn into a weakness for him, and it's something that is a weakness for him when he fights the way he did in this fight. And that is the low lead hand that he has. It's great when you are trying to set things up. It can be really good when you're jabbing because it's out of your opponent's eye line very often. They can't see it coming. But when you're being this aggressive, it simply does not work.
But if Shakur can stand his ground, if Shakur can evade and get right back in his space, right back in his face, man, evade and get right back in his face, right? When he's not set or ready to punch, when them feet are spread apart, Shakur can walk to him.
So I'm gonna say some things.
Yep.
First thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Got it. Chicken.
New York.
Hot dogs.
Jersey.
Hoboken.
Pound for pound.
Boxing.
Brooklyn.
718.
Undisputed.
Teofimo.
Takeover.
The Takeover.
Boots.
Dora.
Legacy.
Everything.
Shakur.
Sugar.
Teofimo.
Theo.
Prediction.
Stoppage.
Teofimo Lopez, the self-proclaimed takeover, is entering a territory that many boxing insiders believe could be his undoing. While he remains vocal and defiant about stopping the undefeated Shakur Stevenson, the pros are sounding a serious alarm. They've seen Lopez struggle against elite, slick movers before, and they believe Stevenson represents the ultimate stylistic trap for a fighter who thrives on explosive aggression. This isn't just another title defense. It's a calculated risk that many experts are calling a career-defining blunder. And for Teofimo, the cost of being wrong on January 31st could mean the end of his era at the top.
Have you ever worn your championship belt around the house just for fun?
I have worn my championship belt around the house before, butt ass naked.
Do you think you can land a punch blindfolded?
I believe I can do anything I put my mind to. So yes, blindfolded, I can land a punch.
Do you believe your opponent underestimates you?
I believe my opponent doesn't understand what he got himself into.
Do you believe this fight cements your legacy?
I believe this fight does not cement my legacy. I believe that it just ignites it for more.
Will this fight end before the final bell?
This fight will end before the final bell.
Do you think your last performance was your best yet?
My last performance has not been my best yet. This fight against Shakur will be.
Do you think the outcome of this fight will shock the world?
I believe the outcome of this fight should not shock the world.
The problem starts with a delusion that's been fueling Teofimo's camp for years. The idea that because he beat Vasily Lomachenko, he can beat any technical master. But look at the reality. When Teo fought Loma, he was facing a 32-year-old legend with a destroyed shoulder who didn't throw a punch for the first 6 rounds. Shakur Stevenson is not that man. Shakur is 28 in his absolute physical prime, and he's faster and more defensively sound than almost anyone in history. Pros like Mickey Bay have pointed out that while Teo is waiting for Shakur to freeze like Loma did, he's going to realize too late that Shakur is actually 1,000 times sharper and more active. By the time Teo realizes this isn't the Loma fight, he might already be down 4 rounds with no way back.
For that one, that's a real super good fight right there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who you got in that fight?
I got Shakur winning a decision, but I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Teo seemed to turn it up when he step his competition up.
Right.
He one of them guys that he got to have a good dance partner. Pretty much. Yeah, so but styles make fight. I really think Teo got the best style though to give Shakur the best fight around that weight down there. I think that he does have if I had to say at 35, 40, I would probably say his style is good, but Shakur he just he got it down. I think down there I see him. I don't really see him losing down there right now.
So do you feel like that? Do you feel like it's going to be a close competitive fight?
Yeah, it's going to be close because I don't see nobody down there really shutting out Teo, like definitely. But if the right Teofimo come in, it's going to be a good fight. Like he pretty he fight that style pretty good. Like if you think about his track record, he kind of know how to fight them kind of fighters. But Shakur just has got his style down pat. Like he know who he is in the ring, and he always in great shape. So that's kind of a hard fighter to beat. You know, somebody to know who they are in the ring. He dedicated all year round. So yeah, it's gonna be tough down there to beat him.
If you've watched Teofimo's recent run, you've seen the cracks in the armor. Against Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz, we saw Teo's kryptonite exposed. He cannot handle fighters who move. Teo is an explosive, twitchy athlete who needs you to stand in front of him so he can plant his feet and let those nuclear hooks fly. Shakur Stevenson is the ultimate mover. He's a defensive ghost who uses the ring like a chessboard. Pros are warning that Teo is going to spend 12 rounds swinging at air, getting frustrated, and eventually asking himself that same haunting question he asked after the Martin fight. Do I still got it? If Shakur turns this into a track meet, Teofimo's power becomes completely irrelevant.
I'll tell you this, though, you bit more than you could chew.
It's cool. You can feel that way.
For sure.
But come fight night, you're going to realize this is a lot different than being on the outside than being inside of there.
As they all say.
Okay. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh, my God. Mentally. Okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you're going to see.
The danger isn't just technical, it's psychological. Shakur Stevenson is a master of mental warfare, and he's already been poking the bear. He's brought up Teo's past comments about favoritism at ESPN and questioned Teo's mental stability. We all know Teofimo fights with his heart on his sleeve, but in a ring with a cold, calculated sniper like Shakur, being emotional is a death sentence.
So when you were growing up and you would cross paths with him, like what was your relationship like? Were you guys cool? Were you friends? Was there any type of friction?
Yeah. No, it never was no friction. I was a fan of him. I always thought he was a good boxer. Speed, power, athleticism, everything that he had then, he still got now. So, hell of a fighter.
How do you feel about him now?
Hell of a fighter. I think he's a beast.
He's somewhat of a polarizing figure in the sport. Like he has said some things that have rubbed people the wrong way. Some might even call it racist things as of late. Do you feel like he's crossed the line? Has he made anything personal? Maybe not to you specifically, but you know, when you say things like that, you might piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him pay for a lot of them things that he said about black people. But at the end of the day, I know he's not racist. I know him deep down inside. He's truly is a cool person. He wants to be great, and this is the type of fight that I really enjoy.
Pros are worried that Teo will get desperate, try to force a knockout to satisfy the New York crowd, and walk right into a counterpunch that changes the trajectory of his career. Shakur doesn't just want to win. He wants to expose Teofimo as a one-hit wonder who peaked years ago.
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Teo got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, you know, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Moose, you know, he box heavyweights and put heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then it all according how Teo come in. If Teo come at him, you know, he's gonna run into some shots.
There's also a massive myth that Shakur is too small for 140 pounds. People see Teo's muscles and assume he's the bigger man, but sparring partners like Ofacio Falcon have revealed the bombshell truth. Shakur is deceptively strong in the pocket. He's not just a runner, he's a strategic brawler when he needs to be. While Teo is looking for that one-punch OD shot, Shakur is going to be landing crisp, accurate jabs and body shots that sap Teo's energy. The lion and hyena dynamic is real. But in this version of the story, the lion might find out that the hyena has been training to take his head off for a decade.
For me working with Shakur, I see that he's super dominant, his distance is amazing. He lives up to everything that they say that he is. As far as Teofimo, he's very explosive, But I've seen him have a lot of hard time. He had hard times with southpaws, bro. When Jermaine Ortiz boxed him southpaw,
Sandor Martin.
Sandor Martin boxed him southpaw. He fought a great fight, but then he beat Josh Taylor. So it just depends on what Teo comes in that night. But either way, if Shakur comes in on top, in my opinion, my pick is Shakur. His IQ, his defensive movement, his ring, his decision making in the ring, I feel like that's what's gonna make the edge. It's not about knockouts, bro.
Teo's really, really explosive, not just with like punching, just himself. Like, how do you handle a fighter that, you know, that fights with an awkward rhythm and throws punches from multiple different angles?
The good thing about fighting for world titles, you got 12 rounds. Like me, I got 6. I don't like 6. I want to fight 8, 10, 12. That's when you see the best of Foster Falcon, like we were speaking about earlier.
Yeah.
So the deeper the rounds go, the slower the pace gets. Shakur is very good at controlling pace. He's very good at fighting at one pace. And yeah, bro, it just takes time. So I would just say he gets in there, starts feeling him out, and then he has those rounds to adjust and adapt. Teo's gonna come, how Teo's gonna come, and Shakur is just gonna be the untouchable Shakur. So that's how I see that fight going.
What's the goal? Keep it boring?
I wouldn't say keep it boring. Me personally, I like how when Shakur fights and hits and I get hit. That's me personally.
Yeah.
I'm a boxer fan. I love boxing though. So I love what he does and his ring IQ. So it's not boring to me. I guess to the fans, they want to see, you know, the other side of it.
Madison Square Garden is supposed to be Teofimo's house, but that pressure could be exactly what breaks him. The Garden crowd expects a war. They want the takeover to come out and destroy people. If Shakur starts winning those small nuances that Tim Bradley talks about, the subtle lead foot battles and the minor defensive slips, the crowd might get restless. Teofimo has a history of trying to please the fans at the expense of his game plan. If he starts lunging to give the crowd a highlight, Shakur will pick him apart like a surgeon. This isn't a rock'em sock'em brawl, it's a high-level trap, and Teo is sprinting right toward it.
Beats every fucking thing. It don't matter what you doing that day. Timing. Yep. Get out the way. Timing. Oh, go ahead and take that. Timing. Yeah. Let me move over here. Timing. Yeah, that's what it takes. Shakur Stevenson, hey, he the best at that. He the best at that. Explode in with them combinations. Yeah, you gonna hit nothing but air. I promise you that. You gonna be, hey, you in there gonna be fighting Casper the Ghost. Yeah, that's what you gonna be fighting. It's Casper the Ghost. You ever fought a ghost before? You about to fight one and coming on the 31st. Teofimo Lopez and his damn fans. Yeah, y'all gonna be very disappointed after this match. Y'all gonna be mad as hell. Y'all gonna say, damn, why did I even pick Teofimo Lopez? Yeah, y'all gonna be praising Shakur Stevenson because you're gonna see greatness on the 31st. That's what the hell you gonna see. You gonna see boxing greatness. That's what you gonna see. Shit. Although I think the boy bumped his head. I know some of the stuff, the Shakur, that's my guy, but he bumped his head a little bit about the Ali thing and you know, the Inouye thing too. But, you know, that's his opinion. I'm just gonna let y'all know that's his opinion. Nah, I don't agree with none of that stuff. But it is what it is.
So, why is this a career-ending mistake? Because for Teofimo Lopez, boxing has always been about his identity as the king of the era. If he loses to Shakur, especially in a one-sided shutout decision, where does he go? He's already struggled with his mental health and questioned his own place in the sport. A loss here doesn't just take his belts, it takes his confidence. Pros are saying that Teofimo is risking everything on a fight where the styles are completely stacked against him. He's chasing greatness, but he might just be providing the final stepping stone for Shakur Stevenson to become the face of boxing.
Imagine stepping into the ring, seeing your opponent is 7 feet tall, 330 pounds, and looks like a creature straight out of a nightmare. He towered over everyone who ever dared step in front of him. David Haye didn't belong in that ring. Too small, too fragile, and let's be real, what kind of man steps in against someone 100 pounds heavier and smiles? But in the last decade, Berman's David Haye had blown up the box.
The stats tell one story, 2 elite fighters in their prime, but the tape tells another. Shakur is a 24-0 defensive master who has identified every flaw in Teo's game. Teo is a 22-1 explosive wildcard who is banking on a miracle shot. When the bell rings on January 31st, we'll find out if Teofimo broke the code again, or if he finally signed a contract for a fight he simply cannot win. Is he the tiger? Or is he just the latest victim of the Cobra?
Surprising would it be for you to get a knockout next Saturday?
It won't be surprising for me. Honestly, it won't be surprising at all when the outcome is my hand raised. I'd be more like, what did people expect? I'm just not a athletic person or fighter. If that was the case, bring all the athletes from different worlds of their own sport and bring them into the boxing and see if they could do what I do. It's really skills. It's really the love and the passion I have for the sport of boxing and what I want to become and who I want to be seen as to the next generation. This fight is really important, Andreas. This fight is very important as far as setting a good example for the next generation.
One thing is for sure. If Teofimo Lopez doesn't come in with a completely new approach, he's going to find out the hard way why the pros were so worried. This isn't just a fight, it's a legacy on the line. And if the takeover falls in the garden, it might be the last time we ever see the Teofimo Lopez we once knew. The world is watching, the bets are in, and the mistake has already been made. Now, we just have to wait and see how painful the correction is going to be. But what are your thoughts on the Teofimo versus Shakur fight? Do you think both fighters made the right choice fighting each other, or will a loss be a major setback for both? Let us know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.